YouTube, what is good? It's your boy GaminWitTyreezy back again with the tier list video. This is gonna be tier 2 mages. Before we get started, I want to thank you guys for supporting the channel, supporting my videos, supporting me, supporting us. It's all a team thing. I really do appreciate it though, guys. Yeah, we're gonna get right into it. Just want to say like the video, subscribe to your boy, and again, thank you for all of the support. So yeah, we're gonna get right into the tier list video. Don't mind me. I'm kind of standing while doing this because I'm trying to get dressed before I go off to get food. I just wanted to release this video for you guys. I'm also not going to mention one hero before we get started. Gisela, she's last on the tier 2 list. I'm not going to mention her. She's really, really butt. If you guys want to know who you could replace her with, you could put Ragnar ahead of her or Primo in front of her. Again, Ragnar or Primal, any of those two are better than her, but she is going to be last on the tier 2 list. But for the first one worth mentioning is going to be Akis. Um, Akis is more of a support, more of a support mage. So if you need support and a little bit of healing, this is your guy. But he's not going to heal any. I don't think he heals anyone on your team. He heals himself. But the first ability is worth mentioning. Wrath Gathering. Akis connects 5 allies through the soul chain, and pretty much he's going to reduce the damage taken and spread it out equally between all allies for 25%, and then it's increased to 50% for level 2, increased to the 75% at level 3, and the duration is increased from, what does it say? 6 to 9 seconds. So you'll see a big difference at level 3 for him. Yeah, it's not much to say. He just spreads damage, so everyone takes reduced damage. It's really good. Aging spell. This is a little weird. Akis absorbs HP by 360% of Akis's attack from the nearest enemy and attaches a curse mark to the target and reducing defense by 15%. Again, like I mentioned before, Akis isn't going to provide you with a ton of damage. Um, it's not going to provide you with a lot of damage at all. If you just need support, this is your guy. He's out of all the mages, he's going to provide you with the most support. Reason why he's not tier 1 is because he doesn't provide you with much damage at all. He's going to be fairly weak in the damage department, but as far as support, he's going to help you out a lot. At level 2, he absorbs HP by 480%, and in level 3 is 560, and also reduces their defense to by 30% from the initial 15% at level 1. So yeah, you'll see a big difference at level 2 from level 1, level 3 from level 1. Level 2 isn't that big of a deal. Just gonna get more damage. But level 3 for aging spell is definitely gonna be the big bump in his kit there, or spell. Then you have the entity, just attack damage increase, crit rate increase, HP increase, you know. Nothing too crazy. Even with this attack increase, he's still not going to be providing you with a ton of damage. Even with the crit rate, it's not going to be a ton of damage because he's reading his abilities. He's not on your team for damage. Your damage should already be provided by other heroes on your team. I was just about to say some tongue twister thing, but yeah, don't put this guy on your team if you're looking for damage. Again, he's more of support. He's going to spread damage that you're taking and also reduce the defense of the enemies. And then last but not least, he has the Spirit of Hatred. He's going to put a shield on himself and attaches it to himself, obviously, for 5 seconds with the cooldown of 30 seconds. So every 30 seconds, he's able to do this. Level 2, level 3 is increased 400, 500%. Nothing much to say. Nothing else much to say there. Again, he's just going to be providing a shield for himself so he can absorb damage. Again, support champion. He's not going to be really providing you with a ton of damage, but he's going to help your team sustain damage He's also going to reduce the enemy's defense, which is really good. Next, I would like to say Froda is definitely. I want to say he's the best out of this tier list, but he's definitely up there. I wouldn't place him rank 2. I would say Akis and Froda are tied for rank 1 in the tier 2 list, and then I'll go and obviously reveal the next person. But as far as damage, Froda is going to give you more damage than Akis, but Froda is going to provide CC and support. He's not going to provide you as much support as Akis because Akis has the his first ability that spreads damage, which is really 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 good. And then he also reduces the defense of the enemies on the enemy team. So yeah, that's what pretty much the separation between Froda and Akis is for the most part. But Froda's going to provide you with way more damage than Akis. That's why I would say they're really tied for rank 1 and tier 2 lists. But yeah, let's get into his abilities. Gotta catch my breath, bro. Good God, I'm talking a lot. Froda gathers mana on his staff and summons a running fawn towards his current target, causing 480% attack damage to the target along the way and increasing 10% attack reduction effects or effect to the target for 3 seconds. So it doesn't really tell you if this is a AoE move or not, but since there's just saying to the target and not targets, it's definitely a singular move. Which again makes kind of no sense because you can make the fawn hit everyone, but whatever. I'd like to see improvements to Froda for sure by the developers. Also with this, reading this like a 30% chance to what am I even talking about? Hold on, I'm thinking about something completely different. Damage is increased to 640. Attack reduction of enemies is increased to 30%. Duration is increased to 4. Okay, no. This is not the ability I'm talking about. This is the next ability. Because I already had read this, and then I was like, I want to see changes to that. But, yeah, level 3, the damage is increased to 800%, and then the reduction is 50%, and duration is increased to 6. Tremendous. Amazing. I love this ability. It's good. The only thing I would like to see change here is it's an AoE move and has it hit everyone in a line, or it should just be a trail. And whoever gets hit in the trail gets hit by this ability. That's the only changes I would like to see on this ability. And then for the Whispering Bird, this is what I was talking about. So Frodo drives the birds around him and flies to a random enemy on and an ally, dealing 160% of attack damage to the enemy. At the same time, there's a 60% chance to stun the enemy for 2 seconds and add a 10% skill effect bonus ally. Oh, bonus 2 allies for 6 seconds. Maybe I read that wrong the first time around. Never mind. I scratch everything I just said. Yeah, this is a good ability as well. Damage increased to 240. The stun is increased to 80%. So at level 2, you're pretty much guaranteed a stun. If anyone's banking on that 20% of not working, good luck to you. I'll definitely take an 80% chance to win in slots if I went to Vegas than a 20% chance. Yeah. So at level 2, you're going to see the big change. Even with the 60%, it's pretty good, but 80% is way, way better, obviously. You only have a 20% chance of missing, and you're just not likely going to see that as much. So, yeah, 80%, amazing. And then the skill damage is increased to his ally by 20%. And then at level 3, damage is increased to 320. 100% chance to stun for 3 seconds. And then additional skill damage increased to 30%. Oh, I know what I was going to say. Why is Froda the only balanced CC I have read so far? Every other CC with a stun is like 6 seconds, 30 seconds. Obviously, it's not 30 seconds long, but 6 seconds, 7 seconds is super long. And then when it comes to Froda, he only has a 30 or a 3-second stun. Like, what? What's that duration is butt cheeks. I mean, it's super balanced. I mean, I feel like all of the stuns should be 3 seconds long, max 4 seconds. Anything above 4 seconds is ridiculous. If you guys watch my videos, I always complain about the CC. CC is ridiculous. But yeah, this guy, the only difference between him and Akis is he's not going to provide you is with as much support as Akis, because Akis's first ability, that damage spreader, is a big deal. It's huge. Force resonance, skill damage increase, HP increase, damage reduction. I really like to see that damage reduction. This is amazing. He's gonna be he's a super tanky mage. So super tanky, super tanky. And then last but not least, we have the Tree of the Spirit. When allies are under attack, there's a 20% chance for reducing 10% of the attacker's defense for 6 seconds. The effect stacks up to 3 seconds. And then at level 2, it is increased to 30%, and there's a defense reduction to 20%, and then at 40%, the reduction of defense is at 30, and the duration is increased to 8. I'd like to see a little bit more on that. Should be at least 50% at level 3 in my opinion, but beggars can't be choosers. Again, Akis and Froda are tied for rank 1 in the tier 2 list. It all depends on what you're looking for. Again, Akis more support, Froda less support, but he has CC because of the stun, and he's also going to provide you with a little more damage than Akis. And then if you need just straight raw damage, Milton is your boy. So first one's going to be Deflagrating Flame. He strikes enemies with aerolites, dealing 560 attack damage to enemies around, with a chance of 10% to add a burning effect on targets, dealing 30% attack damage every 0.5 seconds for 3 seconds, which is quite good in my opinion. Again, if you need raw straight damage and you don't have any of the better mages, yeah, out of the mages I'm going to mention in the tier 2 list, this guy's going to be by far the most powerful in damage, but he's not going to provide you any CC, no damage, or I said no damage, I'm sorry. Again, let me say that again. Milton's going to provide you with straight damage, but he's not going to give you any CC, no support, and no healing. Okay, so if you need straight raw damage on your team, I would skip over Akis and skip over Froda and just get Milton. Pick Milton up. Again, he's going to provide you with tons of damage. Look at this, level 3 increases the damage by 880% of attack, and a chance to burn the target is increased to 30%. Continuous damage increased to 50% of your attack, which is amazing. So, yeah, if you need straight raw damage, Milton is your guy. We have the Bird of Flame. Milton summons a Fire Phoenix ahead to the target, dealing 160 damage. Attack damage to enemies in its path, 15% chance to attach a burning effect. Again, you're going to see this burning effect on probably the rest of his abilities as well. It's honestly, it's a dot. A dot is a damage over time, so as well as him hitting you with the initial damage, they continuously take damage, which is awesome. Again, like I said, if you need damage on your team, Milton is your guy for the mages. Again, I would pick Milton over Akis and Froda for damage, because he's just providing you straight raw damage. Level 2 is increased to 240, the burn's at 30%, and then continuous burn increases to 20%. So yeah, he's just constantly burning the enemies. And again, this is an AoE ability, I believe. Milton summons a Fire Phoenix ahead to the target's dealing to the enemies in its path. So yeah, anything in its path is getting hit. You want to kind of stack them all up as best as you can in a line, and then hit. If he's able to get this ability off, you're in good shape. Level 3, 320, 45% of the burn damage, or a chance of burn damage increased to 45%, and then the continuous burn is increased to 30. So level 2, there's a 30% chance for you to do the burn. Level 3 is a big bump. You get a 15 bump in the chance to burn damage. So it goes from 30 to 45, which is huge. As soon as you get that, you're gonna see a huge difference. He's gonna be pumping out a ton of damage for you. So yeah, might have to implement him on my team too as well. I have a lot of duplicates of him. On fire, skill damage increase, HP increase. Nothing much really to go into that. Says it's for itself. And then Flaming Heart, when Milton attacks a target with the burning effect, there's a 40% chance to trigger an explosion, dealing 160% damage to enemies within the small range, which is amazing. Yeah, I'm definitely going to add this guy on my team. I don't need to say it. I'm adding him on my team. If I can get him 4 or not 4, but 8 or 9 stars, you're in good shape. So yeah. Again, chance to trigger the explosion increases to 60%. So you're pretty much almost gonna always trigger the explosion, and at level 3, you're guaranteed to explode it, even though it's not 100%. 80% chance is very, very high. So you're always gonna be exploding them for 320, and level 2 is 240. And then last but not least, kind of don't even want to mention these last two, so I'm just gonna mention Doris, and we're not talking about Gisela because she is straight garbage. Doris is kind of trash too, in my opinion, but she provides you with some CC. Um, yeah, you got Furious, Billows. I'm not reading all that, but to sum it up, she's gonna pull out a huge wave, and it's gonna knock everyone back. And the further they are knocked back, the higher the stun chances. If they don't go back far at all, it might be 1. They might not get stunned at all. And then if you get them far, far back, you're probably going to stun them for the 4 seconds here. Like it says, the duration of the stun is proportional to the knockback distance while imposing a wave mark on the enemies for 9 seconds. The damage is increased to 720 at level 2. And she also dispels buffs, which is worth mentioning. And then at level 3, the attack is increased to 880. Then you have Vibrant Tides. Doris releases a stream of water that flows alternately between the enemies and herself, dealing 120% attack damage to 2 random enemies and restoring her HP by 10% of her max HP. Attaches a wave mark for 9 seconds to the target when dealing damage. Again, damage of each hit is increased to 200%, and then she gets more healing. It goes up to 15, and then 250 for the damage, 15 for the, or 25 for the health restoration. Then you have her passive, or what I like to call it the passive, but yeah, her damage, skill damage, and then HP. Then last but not least, we got erosion. Reduces the defense of all enemies with the wave mark by 5%. Reduces attack speed of all enemies with the wave mark by 5% every 4 seconds for 4 seconds. And affecting the stack up to 3. That's the only good thing about her, to be honest. And her first ability is cool too, because it knocks people back and stuns them. So if you can knock them back and possibly have Milton on your team to get them to explode, which is, I think that's a good combination there. Them two together might be worth mentioning. Again, the only reason why I mentioned Doris is because her erosion ability. The defense reduction and then the attack speed reduction is really, really good. I like it. Yeah, level 2 it goes up to 10%. This all stacks to 3 stacks, and then 15 at level 3. So 15 times 3 is going to be 45%. So that's the reason why I mentioned her. She's decent. Again, if you need damage, go with Milton. If you need tons of support, go with Akis. If you need a little bit of all 3, I would go with Froda. Froda is definitely, again, one of the better mages out of the tier 2 list. And if you need straight raw damage, I would go with Milton. Milton is going to provide you with the most damage out of all of these guys and gals. Again, I did not mention Gisela because Gisela is garbage. I'm not wasting my time. You get tons of duplicates of her because she sucks. People constantly meme her in the chat, the Discord, the global chat. So yeah, she's not worth mentioning. Again, if you need a better mage than her, it all depends on what you're looking for. If you need damage, I would obviously go with Milton. Um, Two guys I'm not gonna also mention is Ragnall and then Primo because they're tier 3. They're probably like the worst you could possibly get on your team. Um, But yeah, it all depends on what you're looking for. Again, I'll say it for the last time. If you need tons of support but not a lot of damage, Akis is your guy. If you need a little bit of damage, more damage than Akis, but you need more support in the CC. Froda is definitely your guy. And if you need straight raw damage, Milton is the man. He's going to give you that damage that you need. Doris is okay. Again, the only thing she's good for is her last ability. She's going to give you a ton of reduction of attack speed and defense. But again, you're going to have her promoted and obviously give her some resources. But yeah, that's going to be it for the tier 2 mage video. Hopefully this was helpful for you guys. Yeah, make sure you like the video, subscribe to your boy, and I'm out. Peace.